This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network. And joining me right now is Christopher Brown. He is the CEO of HeliosX Lithium Technologies Corp. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is HX on the TSX Venture. And HeliosX will be presenting at our upcoming in-person investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, happening May 3rd through the 5th, 2022 at Bally's Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. And with that, Christopher, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me, Robert.
It's great to have you. So this is our first time doing an interview together. So can you start us off with a quick overview and history of the company?
Sure. HeliosX was recently formed with amalgamation with Asian Lithium. And in doing so, we brought together three specific jurisdictions focused on lithium brine extraction and exploration in Canada, US, and Argentina.
Very good. So what would you say makes HeliosX unique and different compared to some of your peers out there? You know, I know I've interviewed a few companies that have operations in Argentina as well. So love to hear your answer there.
Fantastic. The way we distinguish ourselves is essentially diversification and specific technology application per region. So for example, in Argentina, we have a particular type of reservoir that we're pursuing. It's a very large opportunity, and we're partnered with Pluspetrol, one of the largest oil and gas operators in Argentina, that has refocused at least $1 billion of capital towards lithium exploration and development. That really distinguishes ourselves by having on-the-ground expertise year-round with guys that know the domain, know the indigenous nations that we'd work with, and look forward to going forward with them on that. In Nevada, we have partnered with Lilac Solutions. And Lilac Solutions is a world-renowned lithium extraction entity, as well supported with a recent financing of 150 million, and has such reputable shareholders such as Bill Gates and Elon Musk. Partnered with them in Nevada, and looking forward for a drilling location coming up this year as well for that program. And then in Canada, what distinguishes ourselves there is we believe we're on the leading edge of an opportunity to unlock major lithium resources in Canada via our unique approach. And in there, we're partnered with another company, Lytus, who works out of the University of Calgary for a very unique extraction solution that no one's ever attempted in Canada. And we're looking forward to doing a demonstration facility in the near future in our Canadian basin as well.
Very good. So tell us a little bit about the tailwinds right now for lithium. I mean, you know, with everything going on from supply chain issues, global nations starting to kind of rethink how they should evaluate domestic production, and then lithium itself, why that, and I mean, there's been other materials, but lithium especially has also been included as one of those that, hey, we should try and understand how we can make some more domestically. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting question. It's been now classed very predominantly as a critical element in the United States recently. Joe Biden made that announcement. And in Canada, our recent budget the federal government came out with is a prioritization towards lithium exploration in Canada now. And the predominant reason for that is there's just not that much lithium resources available globally. And in global jurisdictions, you can work in effectively without nationalization concerns. So for example, US currently imports 55% of its lithium from Argentine resources. There are other participating parties are in Chile and China and Russia, of all places, US depends on for lithium imports. And that's not really widely known that that list is pretty small in terms of where you can source your lithium resources globally. We focus ourselves in Argentina, US, and Canada for the aspect of being able to unlock and commercialize with certainty longer term in those jurisdictions. So we tend to avoid places like Chile with concerns of nationalization, Bolivia, China, obviously for obvious concerns. And then when it comes to world reserves, even when you combine lithium brines with lithium hard rock resources, Argentina still ranks number 3 on that list. And then in resources of future potential, Argentina ranks number 2. So our goal is to continue to unlock the commercial resources in Argentina to provide the US market what it needs to service its EV market. But then in addition, we believe Canada is the safest jurisdiction to source this critical element. And we want to push forward with what we believe can be massive resources that we can unlock in Canada as well.
And speaking of which, I mean, you can speak to your project in particular, but maybe just also in general, what is the time from discovery? We got something, partner, now we're pulling this stuff out, now we're delivering product. What's the time frame usually there?
Well, a fantastic question, because it's very environmentally permit based. So for example, in Argentina, you have a longer timeline to commercialization, just due to the fact that the review and requirement for environmental approvals takes a significant amount of time. So in Argentina, as example, you need to collect at least 2 to 3 years of environmental data alone to submit as part of your application to be moved towards commercial approval. And then construction times in Argentina, when you deal with all the logistics for sourcing the materials you need to mobilize on location, the construction period subsequent to that could be 3 to 4 years. And so anytime in Argentina, from a time you have a concept of exploration in Argentina to the time you're delivering commercial lithium, realistically is about a 6 to 7 year horizon. In the US, it's a little bit better. Our environmental approval process in Nevada is not too bad, but in Nevada, they're big concern about freshwater resources. We're fortunate enough on our asset base to have access and permits for freshwater access for development of lithium opportunities. But in general, you still deal with the concerns of the permit time and then the mobilization time in Nevada. So that for commercialization could likely tighten a little bit, but it's not anything shorter than likely 4 to 5 years. Canada now has the optimal situation. Now we have the lowest identified resources to date, but no one's actually focused for lithium in Canada before because it's not as evident. Traditional mining practices follow the simple rule that if I can find it on surface, I can find it subsurface. Unfortunately, Canadian lithium resources are over 2,000 meters deep, and so they don't have surface expression for your traditional mining geologist to unlock. And this is why our expertise in subsurface analysis comes to fruition, because now I can drill a wellbore down to that depth, and I can monetize that in a much shorter period of time. And so my restriction in Canada on environmental approval is very quick because they're very used to oil and gas industry, and this is essentially an oil and gas type of operation. I can monetize if I construct a demonstration or a commercial facility within the time it takes to develop the commercial facility, essentially. So if I discover something in Canada, I can have it on production within 2 years if I can mobilize and make sure that my commercial facility is up and running in that period. So that's the differences. It's predominantly related to environmental approvals.
Got it. Well, then, the most obvious question I'm going to have to ask right now is, well, where's HeliosX at?
Well, we're in various stages in each of the jurisdictions. We're very excited to push forward on a drilling program. We want to drill essentially in every jurisdiction in the next 2 years. Our predecessor entity that we acquired this entity from had these resources for a number of years, and understandably at the time lithium prices were quite depressed. But now with the escalation of lithium prices, the recognition by the market in terms of the upside that could be unlocked with these lithium opportunities and resources, we want to drill wells in Argentina within the next 2 years. We want to put down some deep wells in Argentina. In Nevada, we're partnered with Lilac, who is intent on drilling by this summer. So we'll have a nice catalyst this year. And we have another asset in Nevada that we'd like to unlock at least 2 to 4 other locations, either by the end of the year or early next year. And then in Canada, our goal is actually to drill our first exploration well in 2023. But we have a unique opportunity in Canada that you don't get elsewhere, is that we have all these oil wells and gas wells throughout the Canadian basin. And we're in discussion with various operators to see if we can access their deep water production, to see if we can at least go through a demonstration facility opportunity and exercise to see if we can unlock and extract the lithium from existing wellbores without actually having to drill a well in the near future. So those are our near-term focus.
Very good. And then real quick, before I let you go today, what's your background? How'd you come into all this?
Oh, it was a long time coming. So my background, I'm a chemical engineer by education. I did 10 years of reservoir engineering, where I eventually moved up to manage $300 million programs of capital deployment. I stepped across into the banking side, where I found a niche for identifying emerging energy plays globally. And with the Bank of Montreal, we started the research on the international energy investments, and we deployed or worked to deploy institutional funds for another decade into international jurisdictions very successfully. After that, we started the Helios resource, where essentially Helios Corporation was founded with a motivation to focus on environmental positive impact items. And Helios is one of the companies that I have ownership of through the public domain, but privately, we actually have and started up an environmental company in the oil sands, which we ramped up to from 2 to 100 employees within a very short period of time. So we have the ability to execute operations efficiently, deal with a large number of operational employees in the field, and we have a subsurface experience that we think that is unmatched in industry right now. So we're very looking forward to unlocking the lithium opportunities.
Very cool. All right. Well, Christopher, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on HeliosX?
Well, just to our website, www.heliosx.ca. And we have posted all of our recent press releases, our most recent presentation, and we look forward to joining you at the conference at the beginning of May.
Absolutely. Well, Christopher, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And we'll see you soon. See you in Vegas.
Excellent. Look forward to it. Take care.